get so crazy, but as long as you're right here, none of the gossip, nothing can stop us. I wanna love you with no fears.
Welcome back, LNA fam. I'm Layla.
I'm Ash.
And as y'all already know, because you clicked on the video, we're doing a story time on how we met, right? Okay. So it was my freshman year and her sophomore year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
This is when she still was in school, by the way.
yeah,
Just so y'all are
I'm
not like.
homeschooled now, so I was at like a real high school, and I knew of Ashleigh,
I know of Layla.
but I never spoke to
we
her.
never spoke to each other because she was a trainer and I played softball. So like when I was in the softball period, it was 7th period. She was in training.
Yeah.
So every single time we
Athletic
went
trainer.
down to the weight room, I seen her like every time. And this girl she used to be friends with was in my weight room group. And she walked past me and I was like, damn, she's fine. And her friend was like, Layla? And I was like, I guess. And she was like, yeah, that's Layla. And I was like, oh, okay. It was like we knew of each other, we just never
Spoke to each other or hung out with the same crowd.
until one day.
Yeah, so I had a best friend at the time, and we hung out like every day because we were both trainers. And she associated with Ashleigh because they had a class together, right? Yeah.
We had geometry together, and we got in so much trouble in that class. Like, it was ridiculous. That teacher, she separated us, put us on the opposite side of the room. And then my cousin got in that class.
Babe, that's not the point.
It was bad. But,
so they had a class together. And then I kept hearing her like talk about Ashleigh, and I'm like,
okay.
oh, I'm not supposed to like her because my cousin and her had problems. And you know, I know that sounds bad, but like typically you're supposed to have your cousin's back. So I was like, my cousin doesn't like her, I don't like her. And it wasn't that it wasn't necessarily that I didn't like her, it's just like I know not to talk to her. Like that's like crossing a boundary. And Ashleigh, so like her and my friend were on FaceTime at my house, and Lonnie.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
yeah, so she was on FaceTime, and I was like, who is that? I was like, who is that? And she was like, Ashleigh. And I was like,
Yeah.
dang. Like, I'm not supposed to talk to her.
They went outside. It was like it was probably around this time. It was cold.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was, remember?
And then,
Well, not this time.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't like
a little
this
bit
time.
after this, but it was still cold.
Yeah, I
like
think
it was like getting
February.
ready to
It
go
was
into
February.
spring.
it was February because we started talking in March.
Yeah.
Fixed it.
Sorry.
So,
And
I had called her. I forgot why I called her, to be honest. But we were on the phone, and when she left the room, she was like, talk to her.
Yeah, and so I like grabbed Hazel and I just sat down and I was like, so this is Hazel. She was like, is that a bunny? I was like, yeah.
Because I never met somebody that's not in FFA that had a bunny. So I was like, okay.
I was like, yeah, and that usually is like a conversation topic, so I'm just like, okay.
And I'm an
I don't know
animal
what to say to her.
person. So
And so we were kind of like laughing, and then like, I don't even know what to say, like,
you just said her name.
oh shit, I'll bleep that out.
And anyway, the friend came back and they had to go outside because Layla has to take her bunny outside every day for 30 minutes.
Yeah, well,
They go
anyways,
outside
we
every
took
day.
her out, and me and my friend were sitting on my back porch, and Hazel was running around. It was nighttime, and Lonnie and
You want to be in the video?
babe,
Continue.
and her and Ash were talking, and like she was kind of like bringing me into the conversation. So I was like, oh, she's cool, like.
Cause I mean that's awkward. Have you ever been with somebody? Cause I never really had friends because everybody's fake. So I always hung out with my cousins. I remember whenever my cousins would be on FaceTime and I'd just be in the room and you're just kind of like sitting there quiet, like it's awkward. So I mean I was trying to get her into the conversation because I didn't want her to just sit there and be like, okay, so my friend came to my house to sit on FaceTime with somebody else and not even talk to me. That's rude. So I was getting her into conversation, and then the friend was like, my phone's about to die, so I'm about to call you off Layla's phone. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so then she had called me off Layla's phone, and the friend went back inside and went to go charge her phone. So it was just Layla and I talking. And then after that, we all were talking. We were talking about how we were all gonna like hang out at her house, as in the friend's house, not Layla's house. And that's kind of when, that's the first time I ever talked to Layla in person. Like I never talked to
when I was being weird on the phone.
Yes. So it was kind of complicated at the time because I just got out of a relationship, but I was still talking to the person in that relationship, and she was talking to somebody. So I didn't really think of anything of it. So whenever, I remember the night I stayed at our friend's house, we were trying so hard to get Layla over because I remember like Layla's fine, like, okay, right? So Layla's out with her family at Magnolia. And we're over here asking Layla, like, okay, are you on your way back yet? Are you on your way back yet? And she's like, no. So my mom hit us up and was like, do y'all want to go to a movie? So me and the friend went to go watch a movie, and after the movie, we're like, are you coming over? And she was like, no, it's too late, and blah, 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 blah. And so she didn't come over. And then the next day, I had a job interview, and then you had came over, because I came back over and you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was really awkward. Layla was really shy. I was like, okay. And like, if you know me, I don't wear makeup. And so the friend was like, bro, let me do your makeup. I literally fell asleep while she was doing my makeup, and Layla was just sitting there.
Eating Bucky Nuggets.
Yeah, I just ate Bucky Nuggets. And so I was like, okay. And then whenever she got done, we all went to go wash our face. I was like, how do I get this off of my face? And they were like, you just wash it.
Yeah, it was funny. She was
I was
like,
like,
how do you take this off?
because I was trying to get that stuff off. I was like, it's not coming off. Yeah, they were looking at me like I was retarded, but it's okay.
And that's when I had found out, I was like, wait, do I like her? Because I have always, like, I don't know, I've always kind of felt like a little, like,
Curious.
yeah, like, why are guys not working out? Like, and then, like, when I would look at a girl, like, I don't know, it was just, like, different. But then when I was with Ashleigh, like, it was, like, a different kind of, like, feeling. Like, I got that feeling, like, it wasn't just like, oh, y'all are friends, like, you're happy to be, like, you're having a new friend. It was, like, a weird feeling, like, I was like, wait a second. So, like, I took a step back, and I was just thinking, and I was like,
I didn't
do
catch
I
on.
like her? And I was like, I think I do. And I was like, okay. And then it was like, what, time for bed?
Oh my, no. So we were still washing our face, and Layla and I got done first because our friend was taking forever to wash their face. And I was like, okay, well, I'm changing. So when I went and changed, I'm not shy about changing in front of nobody, so I just changed. And then I went to go lay on the bed because we were all we're having a sleepover, we're gonna lay on a bed. And our friend's bed was actually a decent size. So Layla comes in and she's like, turn around. And I'm like, what? And she's like, turn around, don't look at me, I'm about to change. I was like, okay.
No, I said, close your eyes. Like, why? I was like, because I'm gonna change. And you were like, okay. And then I was like about to start changing, and then you looked up at me. I was like, Ashleigh, stop looking at me.
She was like, Ashleigh. I was like,
and I am insecure about my body, especially back then. So I'm like, can she stop looking at me? And plus, that's when I was like, oh damn, I like her. So I was like, I don't want her to see me, like. And then
our friend walked in.
No, you had told me later though, like now time. She was like, yeah, I was still watching. I was like, I believe it because you don't listen.
But our friend had walked back in, and I specifically said, I want to sleep on this side of the bed. And then Layla was like, okay, well, I want to sleep by Ash. But our friend was like, okay, but I want to sleep by Ash too, because I mean that's the first time I'm spending the night with both of them. Well, Layla, because I spent the night with the friend beforehand. And then I was like, okay. I was like, well, I don't want to sleep in the middle. I got stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
And I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and Layla was all on me, but I wasn't going to do nothing that's rude. And then...
you know you liked it.
Yeah, I did. But after that, we had all, like, woken up. I don't know who woke up first. And then we had gotten up to go eat breakfast, and Layla stayed in the room. And she told me this like a few months ago. She stayed in the room because, sorry, if you sleep with your socks on, you're weird. That's just weird. But Layla did, like, when we first met, Layla was super shy. Like, she barely spoke. Anything that I said, she was laughing. Like, I was like, okay. And then she was pee shy. She would not go pee in front of me, even if we were on the
people
phone.
out there pee shy.
Okay, well, that's not me. So even when I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go pee whenever we first got on the phone before, but we'll get to that. And then she wouldn't show me her feet. Like, she was like, no, like, that's not gonna happen. And so my friend and I were all just walking around the house barefoot, and then Layla stays in the room, and she told me like a few months ago she stayed in the room to put her socks on because she took them off in the middle of the night.
In the night, because my toes weren't clipped, and I didn't want to be like, dang, her toes. I like, so I waited till she fell asleep to take my socks off at the end of the night, and like I put my socks at the end of the bed, and so they got out of bed, and I was like, oh, like, you know, I'll meet y'all in there. And so I waited till they were in the kitchen, and then I like put my socks on really fast, and then I was the last one off the bed because I didn't want me to get off the bed first and then the bed go up because like I'm fat or something, like, you know, I don't know, it's just like I was really like, I don't know, insecure. And so
Shut up.
You're
not fat.
And so they went in the kitchen, and I came in there, and then I was like, what do you have? And she was just
out of everything. When I tell you, the whole top pantry of hers was filled with cereal. And then our friend had got like this little egg machine. You crack the egg and then you like press it and it makes the egg or whatever. So she was like, bro, do you want one of these? And I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Layla makes corn for breakfast.
I love corn. That's my favorite.
Canned corn. She put it in the microwave. Oh, sorry. Our friend our friend brought me and her our food. And after that, like, Layla wasn't eating. Like, even our friend, she was like, eat. And Layla was like, no. Like, I was like, dang, how off her. Maybe she's trying to let it cool down, you know, trying to have her back. And our friend, she told me a couple of months ago that the friend knew exactly why she was. Okay, we're back. Lonnie had to go outside, so that took a minute. But, she was telling me that our friend knew that she liked me. That's why she wasn't eating in front of me, because I guess she has a thing about not eating in front of people, which I didn't know.
She didn't tell you that, babe.
You told me that a couple months ago.
Oh, it's like, no, she didn't, because she told you in.
We'll get there.
I'm like, wait, that did not happen.
So I ended up having to leave before she got to even eat. And I forgot why. I think I had softball, to be honest. So once I left, I don't know what happened once I left, but I didn't think anything of it because, like I said, Layla was talking to somebody. So kind of not the same thing, though. And so I didn't think anything of it. And then the following Monday I came, and I had, like I said, I have softball last period. I saw her and our friend walking down the hallway, and as she said before, her cousin and I kind of had issues.
Yeah. And
so Layla came up to me. I'm not gonna put her on blast just in case her cousin watches this, but she was talking to me about stuff. And then I had left, and out of nowhere I get a text message, and it's from Layla, and it's about what's going on with the cousin. And so I was like, wait a minute, who is this? And she was like, Layla.
Which I really didn't care about that situation. I just really wanted to text her, and I wanted her to have my numbers to, like,
yeah, that's the whole reason she texted me. Like, I was really confused too. I was like, wait, how did she get my number? And then I remember, she told me. I didn't even remember because I thought she got my number through our friend, but it was because we FaceTimed off her phone.
Mm-hmm.
So she had my number from then, and then we were texting like since then, and it was really consistent because I hate late texters, so I'm not a late texter, and so our conversations were actually really consistent. Yeah. And then she had said some slick stuff, and I'm slow. Like I said, hold on. she sends this text. And like I said, I didn't think anything. And like when people saw me hanging out with Layla and our friend, I was already hearing like, because everybody knew that my previous relationships were with girls. And Layla was known as the church girl around school. So everybody was telling me, they were like, you're friends with Layla? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, that's a weird mix. And I was like, why? Because, I mean, I didn't, like I said, I was a sophomore, she's a freshman, so I didn't really know much about her. It's not, if she was in my grade, I think I would have known a little more. But they were all telling me, like, she's a church girl, like, you know, it's not like that. And I was like, okay. So then again, I really didn't think it was going to go anywhere. So I didn't shoot my shot. I was like, no, I'm good. And so she had said something slick. I forgot what you said. And
No.
Yeah, you said something slick. And I remember,
I know, but I'm trying
because
to
your
think what I said.
phone, my name in her phone was like Ash with the hard eyes.
And a blue heart.
Yeah, and then her, she had said something, and I had said something back, and she was like, wow, when she's low-key trying to curve you, or something like that. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I was dead ass
Because
confused.
I said something slick, and then you
Yes.
said something, and I was like, when she,
Dang,
I was
yeah.
like, when
she's low-key trying to curve you,
yeah.
or something like that. So
And
I
then
had
you
sent it
were
to
like-
our friend, because I was like really confused. I was like, wait a minute. Because when she said that, I was like, what? So I had sent it to our friend, and I was like, bro, I'm confused. And our friend was like, bro, she likes you. And I was like, what? Because it was so unexpected. Like, I'm hearing all this stuff. She was talking to somebody, because the first time that we were on FaceTime and we were asking you to come over, you had hung up on us because you had to get on the phone with the person you were talking to. You're like, okay, well, I gotta go because so-and-so's calling me.
Yeah.
So I really didn't think it was gonna get anywhere. And so when she had told me that she had liked me, I had put what in all caps. I was like, what? Like, I was so in shock. And when this happened, I was getting my braces off. Like, literally, that was the day I got my braces off, because that was the day we started texting. It was March 20th.
What was going through your head?
I was really in shock. Like, I was like, wait a minute. Because when I got the text about how I was, like, curving you or whatever, I was like, wait, what? And so I had texted our friend, and then when she had told me, I was like, I didn't even catch on, like, at all. I'm really oblivious to that stuff. And shut up. And then I was just like, whoa, hold on. And then I had felt bad, because once I figured out that she liked me, and then she said something about curving, I had felt bad, because, I mean, I thought she was fine. Like, I would get with her. So I was like, damn, now I gotta try to kind of recover that shit, right? And so, like I said, I was getting my braces off, and I had sent her a picture. And she had sent me, like, a whole bunch of hard eyes and all this other stuff. And then after that, we kind of just kept talking, and it was really consistent. And then we started falling asleep on the phone.
Yeah.
And then she was talking to me while still talking to the other person. And the other
Okay,
person
in my
I found...
defense-
Okay, hold on. I'm getting there.
Okay.
She didn't even really know. And then somebody that she hangs out with, which is, like, I grew up with his girlfriend, had ended up telling the person she was talking to that she was messing with a girl.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, bro, what? Like, he didn't take it seriously. And then it had kind of caused an issue between y'all. And then he started going crazy, calling you a whole bunch of times. And then it got to the point where I was like, okay, well, if she's still talking to this person, then I'm going to still talk to who I'm talking to. Because I was like, okay, if she's not going to take it serious, I'm not going to take it serious. And then...
But I remember that, so y'all don't think, like, okay. No, the reason I wasn't, like, dead set on Ashleigh is because I was scared to mess with her. I knew I liked her, but I was scared to mess with her because the situation she was in was unhealthy and very toxic. So I didn't want
the relationship I was in before.
But she was still talking to that person, and typically any person that has talked to that person
Still
never
talks to
stopped messing with that person. And I was like, I don't want to be brought into that, because I don't want to be like down the road and it happened and then I get my heart broken. So I was like, probably not best. So I was still keeping that person on the side, and it's not because I like wanted to. It was just like
Just in case
I was
something
just trying
happened.
to like guard my heart, and I really didn't like them, and I know that sounds really horrible, but like I didn't have that click. And plus they were a senior while I was a freshman, so they were gonna go to college anyways, and it just wasn't gonna work. And they got really demanding. Do you remember that? And like they were like going crazy because after me and Ash found out we liked each other, we had a sleepover.
Yeah, we had sleepover after I had found out. Like, I did like stuff, and then I tried to get it. I didn't think I was gonna do that. I thought that well, anyways, it just led to some stuff, and he had found out, and he was like, wow, okay, and then he started even being more demanding, and she had called me crying one day over this situation. There's a fly in here and it keeps bothering us, so if you're wondering why she's like ew or going like this, it's because there's a fly. So before you start freaking out, before you're like, okay, she's weird, she's not, it's because there's a fly. But
Flies are gross.
So once he found out, he started making her feel like crap.
Yeah.
And she had called me crying, and I didn't know what to do, because I mean, I'm not in the position to be like, okay, well, drop him. If you're gonna mess with me, drop him, because I was still talking to them.
Though you were like,
well, yeah,
you're like, I'm not trying to be like controlling and stuff, because I had like told her like my last relationship was kind of like that, and it didn't work for reasons. And so I was like,
I told her.
Yeah.
I basically I told her that I wasn't trying to be controlling, because that wasn't
but that
my
needed
position.
an end, or
Yeah.
this needed an end.
I was like, if that's not gonna come to an end, then this is gonna come to an end.
And then I was like, I'll end it, and I ended it, and I was like, but that means you need to end your situations too. And she's like,
'Cause I had two.
That's no problem. Yeah, she had two.
Yeah. So I dropped both of them, and then we started messing with each other.
Like,
heavier.
actually.
Yeah, like a lot heavier.
And then
like
we started
every
spending
weekend.
the night at her house a lot.
Every
Oh my.
weekend. I remember there was one time she was like, what are you doing today after school? It was a Friday. I was like, nothing. She was like, oh, you'll be hanging out with Layla. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was like Friday her house, then Saturday my house, and then Sunday we'd go home.
Sunday's our family day, but now Sunday's our church day.
And
like
then
in
we
this
just hang
time.
out. Yeah. But
that's pretty much how we met. Like I said, it was kind of complicated.
and I asked her out.
Yeah, okay, so I remember this. I was at batting practice at strike zone. And I don't remember why I was upset, but I was getting upset. And I was already having a really bad practice. And she knew it. She knew I was having a bad practice. I told her, and she knew I was getting upset. And she was like, I don't know if I should say it. And I was like, say what? And she was like, nothing. And I was like, okay, like I hate when people do that.
But
like,
I feel like she kind of already knew, and she was
I
like,
didn't
please
though.
say it.
I was honestly clueless, because I felt like a dick afterwards, because she was like, no, like I don't, this is not the right timing to say it and stuff like that. And I was like, what? Like,
Yeah,
I was getting irritated.
I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna make me mad. I was like, tell me what's going on. Because in my head, I'm doing bad at practice. I already wasn't in a good state. And then she was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna tell you. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, honestly, I'm getting closer to the L word. And like I said, I'm slow, so I didn't catch on. And I was like, the L word, ? And she was like, I love you, Ash. And I was like, what?
Because at that point, I was just upset, but, like, that didn't change my feelings. But I was upset because, like, why'd you force me? I just told you. But, like, I understand where she was coming from, but like, it was still, like, okay.
That wasn't how she wanted to go about
Yeah,
it.
I
She didn't want it to be a
bigger than
negative
that.
situation. And then after that, I want to say it was like a week after, she asked me out at my house, and it was like on paper. I still have it actually.
Did it in communications class? What was that class called?
I don't remember.
But I did it on the computer. I wasn't.
But it was like, who is the main character in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah, and so it was a
then-
blank, and it was like Will, and then it was like what comes after
Why?
Yeah, and it was like you, and
Then it led up to, will you go out with me? And then it was a check mark and it said yes, and that was really the only
there was
option.
yes or no. No, it was yes and no.
Well, then she was trying to record me while she gave it to me, so I was like, okay, this is weird. I was like, well, what is she doing? Because I don't like being recorded when I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't like surprises like that. And so, she was in my room, and my room's connected to my bathroom, so I had went into my bathroom to fill it out. And I was trying to close the door. She was like, Ash, don't close the door. And she's over here recording me, so she's like, Ash, don't close the door. And I'm like, no.
She's already weirded out that she has a paper.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
did you have any idea what it was about to be?
No, I didn't. That's why I was really confused, and I was like, okay, this is weird. So
I think she asked me, she was like, do I have to write my name on it? Or
yeah,
something like that.
I thought it was gonna be like a contract or something, because you know how some crazy girls are like, you're mine and only mine, you gotta sign your stuff or whatever. So I was like, oh gosh. I was like, why is she recording
I don't know what kind of
me?
girls you've been with, but
I'm talking about movies. I ain't ever had that type of experience. But anyways, I ended up closing the door. As a matter of fact, she has the video. I closed the door and I filled it out, and then I came back out. And when I'm happy, like super happy about something, you can tell because I walk different. I like prance. Like I prance around. I'm like skipping.
Like she jumps.
And
It's
so
really I like it.
I was like skipping to my bed, and she was like, oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh my gosh. My voice was really obnoxious in the video. And then, like, I got it, and I was low-key scared. I don't know why, because I know she, like, I don't know, like, I know she wouldn't, like, I don't know. I was scared to open it. Like, I knew it said yes, but then I didn't, because I was like, she did just get our relationship not too long ago. Like, she could just be like, hey, let's just hold off, but, like, I still want to be with you one day, though. And I was like, I'm kind of scared to open it. So I opened it, like, when she left the room, and I was like,
I knew I liked Layla, because, to be honest, we kind of had a click. Like, it was kind of an awkward click because we weren't comfortable with each other.
We never knew each other before that. I mean, we knew of each other, but we never talked before that. And we just kind of, like, went straight into liking each other. And usually people start with, like, talking.
Yeah, but we went from, like, we talked for, like, a month and 8 days, and then we started dating, like, right after that. Because we started talking March 20th, and we started going out.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, most people, like, either had a class or something together.
They'd be talking for months.
Led up to. Yeah, but, like, we literally, like, only talked.
We just clicked, though. Like, it was never a dry conversation. There was never a time.
And
like,
we talked about our past, so we knew, like, hey,
we knew what was up.
I don't want this out of this, and I don't want this out of this, and it went smooth after that.
But that was pretty much it. It was really awkward at first.
Yeah,
because I didn't know how to feel about it. And when I don't know people, I talk different. Like, once I get comfortable with you, I can start being myself. I'm a really goofy person. It did, because she's been hurt. I was hurt. She was very insecure. But I was insecure, but I never showed it. But with Layla, she was also very sensitive, and I've never been with a sensitive person before her, so I didn't know how to deal with it. And so I was learning how to deal with it with her. If you heard that, that was my dog. I think he's trying to catch the fly. But it was a very different experience for me. And she's now a junior, and I'm now a senior.
Babe.
Yeah, we've been messing with each other for a while. But after we graduate, we already have plans. Y'all would definitely be there and everything. But we've already been saving to get an apartment, and we've already bought a lot of home items, honestly. We bought a lot of stuff. Layla has the bed. She bought the bed, your sophomore year? And you like pay like $5 every month for it?
No, 40.
40? Just kidding. I don't know where I got 5 from.
I mean, neither I wish.
But she was paying $40 every month for it. So we have our bed. We have a lot of kitchen stuff, bathroom stuff. So once we turn 18, we're getting out of here. We don't like living here. We settle down. We plan to be Georgetown?
Georgetown, San Marcos, Round Rock, one of the 3.
yeah, how we met. That's what we plan to do once we turn 18. So that's kind of an insight for y'all. We hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah. We're really kind of like getting like drained.
To church this morning, and we still haven't eaten since after church. Well, we haven't eaten for after church. So we're starving.
Yeah, we are.
If we talked fast during this video, we're sorry. We're trying to go get food. But
we wanted to film for y'all because we promised we would, and the next time we plan on filming is Thanksgiving. So
which will be...
we didn't want to lie and not post our story time. So this is it, and
it'll probably be posted by Friday or Saturday. Not this video, but our Thanksgiving video.
Yeah.
So here's the story time. This is our first story time, actually.
Yeah,
the rest of them have just been like
kind of fun,
vlogs. So this is our first story time. We hope y'all enjoyed our little insight
on how we met. It might not be the best way, but that is how we met. And
I mean, it turned out to be something really good, though.
I agree.
We're gonna go get food because
I'm
we're hungry.
starving.
So we love y'all. If you don't already, make sure that you subscribe to us and you like our stuff. And if you want to see a certain video, make sure y'all comment down below.
Yeah.
Or you can come on our Instagram too.
Yeah, we have an Instagram page,
which will be linked in the description. So
thank you for watching if you've got this far, and
to live,
we're out.